Chosen ones, you are the strongest of them all. The prophecy is real. My child, listen carefully, because what you are about to hear will pull the veil away from every painful season you survived. And if you leave before hearing this fully, you may miss the very breakthrough I prepared for you before your tears ever touched the ground. You have spent years wondering why your battles were heavier, why your nights were longer, and why your heart carried burdens that others could never understand. But I am telling you now that the prophecy spoken over your life is not imagination, and the strength inside you was placed there by my own hand. I did not allow you to survive every betrayal, every delay, and every silent cry for no reason. You are still standing because I marked you before the beginning of your suffering, and what is about to happen next will reveal why the enemy fought so hard to weaken your spirit. Stay close to these words because your season is changing, and heaven is preparing to expose the greatness hidden inside you. Type 1111 if you believe. You have called yourself tired, but I call you chosen. You believed you were forgotten, but I have watched every silent moment when nobody understood the pain hidden behind your smile. The prophecy is real because I spoke destiny over your life before anyone ever spoke doubt over you. I allowed your storms to shape your endurance because ordinary people cannot carry the assignment I placed upon your shoulders. What crushed others could not destroy you because my hand remained over your life even during your darkest moments. Many around you never understood why you kept getting back up after disappointment knocked you down again and again. They thought your strength came from stubbornness, but your strength came from me. Every battle trained your spirit to endure what weaker hearts could never survive. The attacks against your peace were proof that darkness recognized the future waiting ahead of you. You were never weak for feeling pain, because even the strongest souls still cry when the weight becomes heavy. If this word touches your spirit deeply, take a moment to like this video so more chosen hearts can receive hope before their faith fades away. My child, there were moments when you almost gave up completely. You sat alone carrying questions nobody answered, and you wondered why your prayers seemed delayed while others moved forward easily. But what you did not understand was that I was building spiritual endurance inside you while the world measured success through temporary things. Your delays were not punishment. Your waiting season was preparation for a greater assignment that required wisdom, patience, and strength. Some people were removed from your life because they could not go where I am taking you. You cried over certain endings because you thought you lost something valuable, but many of those departures were acts of divine protection. I saw conversations behind your back that you never heard. I saw hidden jealousy covered with fake smiles. I saw the danger approaching long before you recognized it, and I closed doors to protect your future even when it broke your heart temporarily. The prophecy over your life is real because your survival itself became evidence. There were nights the enemy expected you to collapse emotionally, financially, and spiritually, yet somehow you rose again. That strength did not come from luck. I carried you when your knees became weak. I guarded your mind when fear tried to consume your thoughts. I kept breathing life into your spirit while darkness whispered lies around you. Type Amen to affirm. You keep asking why your path feels harder than others, and I need you to understand this truth clearly. Those chosen for greater purpose must survive greater resistance. The pressure you felt was not proof of abandonment. The pressure revealed the size of the calling attached to your life. Gold passes through fire before it shines brightly, and your spirit has been refined through trials that most people would never survive. Do not compare your journey to those who never carried your assignment. Some people are blessed to live comfortable lives, but you were created to transform lives around you. Your testimony will become healing for broken people who almost lost hope completely. One day, others will listen to your story and realize that survival itself can become proof of divine power. The pain you carried will not be wasted, because I will turn your scars into wisdom that strengthens others. I know you became exhausted from fighting silent battles while pretending to stay strong for everyone else. I know there were mornings you woke up already tired before the day even began. I know there were moments when loneliness wrapped around your heart like chains, but I never left your side, even when you believed heaven had become silent. My presence surrounded you during every sleepless night and every hidden tear. The enemy wanted you isolated because isolation weakens faith when pain remains unspoken too long. Darkness hoped discouragement would make you walk away from your destiny before your breakthrough arrived. But you are still here reading these words, because the prophecy over your life cannot be destroyed by temporary suffering. What I have declared over you will still come to pass despite every obstacle placed in your path. You are entering a season where hidden truths will begin revealing themselves clearly. The confusion that clouded your thoughts will start breaking apart. The manipulations surrounding certain relationships will become visible. The people who secretly prayed for your downfall will no longer have power over your emotions. I am opening your spiritual eyes so you can stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for your future. What if a tiny 7-second brain ritual could erase your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document has revealed a simple 7-second method, now helping everyday people get out of debt and draw in wealth. Tested by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this easy home practice is turning money problems into better lifestyles. People are getting new homes, cars, and travel experiences. But this information could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. My child, you spent too much time doubting your worth because of how others treated you. But rejection from people never changed your value. In my eyes, humans judged you through their own insecurity, while I looked at the greatness hidden beneath your pain. You carried compassion, while others carried pride. You remained kind, while others became cruel. Even wounded, your heart still searched for goodness, and that is one reason heaven trusts you with greater blessings ahead. There is a reason you always felt different from those around you. You noticed things others ignored. You felt emotional weight more deeply than most people. You sensed dishonesty quickly, even when nobody else recognized it. These were not flaws. Your spirit was created with sensitivity because your calling requires discernment. I prepared you to recognize truth in a world full of deception. Soon, you will understand why certain opportunities disappeared before you could reach them. I was protecting you from distractions that would have delayed your purpose. Some paths looked beautiful from a distance, but contained hidden destruction. I closed those doors because your future carries importance far beyond temporary comfort. What I prepared for you cannot be replaced by counterfeit blessings that only appear attractive for a short season. The prophecy is real because I never stopped speaking life over you, even while fear filled your thoughts. You may not feel powerful every day, but strength is not the absence of struggle. Real strength is continuing forward while carrying pain nobody else understands. Real strength is keeping faith alive while surrounded by disappointment. Real strength is surviving seasons that should have destroyed your peace completely. There were times when you looked at your life and saw only delay. You watched doors close while others celebrated victories around you, and you wondered if heaven had forgotten your name completely. But I need you to understand that delay is not denial when I am preparing something greater than what you imagined for yourself. I was not ignoring your prayers. I was aligning circumstances, protecting your future, and removing hidden dangers that would have wounded your destiny later. Even now, things are shifting behind the scenes in ways your eyes cannot fully see yet. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. The enemy tried to convince you that your suffering meant weakness, but the truth is the opposite. Your ability to survive heartbreak without losing compassion revealed strength greater than many people possess. Some become cold after betrayal, but you still carry kindness. Some become hateful after disappointment, but you still search for hope. That is why darkness fears you more than you realize, because a wounded soul that still believes in goodness carries dangerous spiritual power. You have spent too much time questioning whether you were enough. You measured yourself through rejection, mistakes, and failures, while ignoring the fact that you survived moments designed to destroy your confidence completely. I never measured you through temporary weakness. I looked at your willingness to keep moving forward after every painful chapter tried to stop you. That perseverance became evidence of the calling resting over your life. Many people admired your strength without understanding the cost behind it. They saw you smiling in public, but never witnessed the tears you cried in private. They assumed your endurance came naturally, while ignoring the sleepless nights you spent fighting fear, loneliness, and emotional exhaustion. Yet even during those hidden battles, I was shaping resilience inside your spirit. Every painful season became spiritual training, preparing you for the assignment ahead. My child, some of the attacks against your mind came because the enemy recognized your future before you did. Darkness studies potential closely because purpose threatens everything evil tries to build. That is why confusion surrounded your thoughts so often. The enemy hoped self-doubt would keep you distracted long enough to miss the doors I prepared for you. But no attack against your spirit can cancel what I already declared over your life. There are blessings approaching you that will make past struggles finally make sense. The nights you cried in silence were not wasted. The rejection you survived was not meaningless. The loneliness you carried was not permanent punishment. I was building a foundation strong enough to carry the future waiting ahead of you. Weak foundations collapse under heavy blessings, so I allowed your endurance to grow first before releasing certain opportunities into your hands. You keep thinking you must become someone else before you deserve peace, but I need you to hear this clearly. I never asked you to become perfect before receiving my love. I stood beside you during your weakest moments and loved you even when you felt broken inside. The prophecy is real because it was built through grace, not human perfection. Your flaws never shocked me because I already knew every battle you would face before your life began. Type 222 to receive blessings. The world taught you to hide your emotions, but I created your sensitive heart for a reason. You feel deeply because your purpose involves healing others who secretly carry pain similar to yours. One day, your words will strengthen people standing at the edge of giving up completely. Your testimony will remind wounded souls that survival is possible even after devastating seasons. What you endured will become light, guiding others out of darkness. Do not ignore the spiritual changes happening inside you right now. The discomfort you feel is not random. Your old mindset is breaking apart because your spirit can no longer remain trapped inside fear and limitation. I am teaching you to stop seeing yourself through the eyes of people who never recognized your value. You were never created to spend your life begging for acceptance from hearts unwilling to appreciate your presence. Could a CIA-revealed brain ritual be the quickest path to a life of luxury? Newly uncovered CIA research has exposed a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary people attract wealth almost immediately. This 7-second at-home ritual, verified by 4 neuroscience labs, is shifting people from debt to dream houses, cars, and trips. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate, because this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is gone. There are relationships around you that drain your peace because they were built on imbalance. You gave loyalty while receiving inconsistency. You gave patience while receiving disrespect. You gave love while receiving emotional confusion. I am exposing these unhealthy connections because your future requires healthier environments where your spirit can grow without constant emotional warfare. My child, I know betrayal changed the way you trust people. There were moments when someone you cared about deeply became the source of your pain, and the disappointment cut deeper because you never expected harm from them. But do not allow betrayal to harden your heart permanently. Not everyone entering your future carries harmful intentions. I am preparing genuine connections that will bring peace instead of confusion. The prophecy over your life includes restoration. Not restoration of the exact things you lost, but restoration of your spirit, your confidence, your hope, and your peace. Some blessings ahead will arrive unexpectedly after seasons when you stopped expecting anything good to happen. I work in ways human understanding cannot fully predict. One moment can change the direction of an entire life when my timing finally arrives. You have underestimated the strength inside you because pain distracted you from recognizing your growth. Compare who you are today with the person you were years ago. You survived things that once would have completely shattered your spirit. You learned how to keep moving even while carrying emotional weight. You developed wisdom through hardship, and now your discernment protects you from traps that once confused you easily. Do not fear the next chapter unfolding before you. Fear comes when people believe they must face life alone, but you are not abandoned. My presence walks beside you through every uncertain moment ahead. Even when your path feels unclear, I am guiding steps you cannot yet fully understand. Trust becomes easier when you remember how many times I already carried you through impossible situations before. There are hidden gifts inside you waiting to awaken fully. Your compassion, your intuition, your ability to encourage others, and your endurance through suffering are all connected to your calling. Stop dismissing your qualities as ordinary, because heaven placed them inside you intentionally. The strongest people are often those who survived quiet battles without recognition while still choosing kindness afterward. My child, the enemy tried to bury your confidence under shame from past mistakes, but your past does not hold more power than my mercy. I am not defining your future through your worst moments. I am defining your future through the purpose I created you to fulfill. Shame keeps people trapped in yesterday, while grace gives them courage to keep moving forward toward tomorrow. Soon, you will notice changes happening around you that confirm these words. Certain doors will open naturally, while others close permanently. Confusion will begin clearing from your mind. Opportunities connected to your purpose will start appearing unexpectedly. The prophecy is becoming reality step by step, even if the process still feels slow right now. You are stronger than those who misunderstood you, because strength is not loud, arrogance, or emotional coldness. Real strength is surviving pain without losing your humanity. Real strength is continuing to believe in hope after disappointment tried to convince you otherwise. Real strength is staying faithful through seasons where nothing made sense. That is the kind of strength living inside you now. Even when your heart became tired and your mind became overwhelmed, you still found a way to rise again. That quiet determination was never ordinary human endurance alone. I placed a supernatural resilience inside you because the prophecy connected to your life required uncommon strength. There were seasons when you felt invisible to everyone around you. People overlooked your sacrifices, ignored your loyalty, and failed to recognize the emotional battles hidden behind your silence. Some only noticed you when they needed comfort or support, yet they disappeared when your own soul became heavy. But I watched every moment closely. I saw the love you gave others, even while your own heart needed healing, and heaven recorded every act of kindness you offered despite your personal struggles. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. You keep asking why your path became filled with obstacles while others seem to move forward easily. The truth is that chosen people often walk through difficult roads because their destiny carries greater spiritual weight. Your life was never designed to remain small or ordinary. The enemy attacked your confidence so intensely because your future contains influence, healing, and purpose capable of changing lives around you. Darkness always tries hardest to stop those carrying divine assignments. My child, there were moments when you almost accepted defeat. You smiled outwardly, while silently believing nothing good would ever happen for you again. You became exhausted from pretending to stay strong, while secretly carrying emotional wounds that never seemed to fully heal. But even during those painful nights, I remained beside you. I never abandoned you when fear surrounded your thoughts, and I never stopped working behind the scenes on your behalf. The prophecy is real because your spirit continued surviving situations that should have destroyed your hope completely. Some people collapse emotionally after one painful betrayal, but you endured repeated disappointments and still kept faith alive inside your heart. That strength did not come from human ability alone. My hand remained over your life, protecting your mind from breaking apart even during your weakest moments. I know you sometimes feel frustrated watching others receive blessings while your own prayers seem delayed. You wonder why doors open quickly for some while your own opportunities arrive slowly. But delay does not mean rejection. I was building maturity, wisdom, and spiritual endurance inside you, so your future blessings would not destroy you emotionally. Some gifts require preparation because not every heart is ready to carry the weight of answered prayers. Is it actually possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial hardship into sudden prosperity? A leaked CIA-backed study introduces a short money ritual that is already changing lives. Approved by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to pull money toward you. People who were once struggling are now living their ideal lives with luxury homes, new vehicles, and travel. But this information may not stay online. Click the description and comments now before it is permanently removed. There are people who misunderstood your quiet nature and assumed your gentleness meant weakness. They failed to recognize that calm spirits often carry the deepest strength. You learned how to survive storms without becoming cruel. You learned how to carry pain without spreading bitterness into the lives of others. That ability to remain compassionate despite suffering became proof of the transformation taking place inside your soul. The enemy wanted you trapped in cycles of insecurity because insecurity keeps chosen people distracted from their true purpose. When you constantly question your value, you hesitate to walk boldly into the opportunities prepared for you. That is why negative voices surrounded your life for so long. Darkness hoped repeated criticism and rejection would eventually convince you to shrink yourself permanently. But I am now teaching you to see yourself through my eyes, instead of through the opinions of wounded people. Type 555 to affirm. My child, stop apologizing for the strength you developed through survival. You became stronger because life forced you to grow through painful experiences. Every difficult season stretched your spirit beyond comfort until resilience became part of your identity. What once would have destroyed you emotionally now only deepens your wisdom. The storms you feared became the same storms that revealed how much strength already lived inside you. You are entering a season where hidden gifts within you will begin awakening more clearly. For years you doubted your abilities because comparison made you feel small beside others. But your calling was never meant to look exactly like someone else's journey. I created your path uniquely because your purpose requires qualities specific to your spirit. The sensitivity, compassion, discernment, and endurance inside you were all placed there intentionally. There were moments when loneliness became so heavy that you questioned whether anyone truly understood you. Even surrounded by people, you sometimes felt emotionally isolated because nobody seemed to fully grasp the depth of your inner battles. But I allowed certain lonely seasons to strengthen your connection with me. Isolation taught you how to hear my voice more clearly, without constant distractions pulling your attention away from spiritual growth. Some heartbreaks happened because I was separating you from environments that no longer aligned with your destiny. You begged for certain relationships to remain in your life, while I quietly protected your future by removing them. Not every goodbye was punishment. Some endings became necessary because your next chapter requires healthier connections, filled with honesty, peace, and genuine support. My child, I know you still carry scars from words spoken against you years ago. People criticized your dreams, doubted your potential, and sometimes made you feel unwanted or unimportant. Those experiences wounded your confidence deeply. Yet despite everything spoken against you, the prophecy over your life remained untouched. Human opinions never possessed the authority to cancel what heaven already declared over your future. The reason you feel spiritual pressure increasing lately is because your breakthrough season is drawing closer. Whenever purpose begins approaching fulfillment, resistance often intensifies temporarily. The enemy becomes desperate when chosen people stand near transformation because darkness recognizes what is about to unfold before many humans do. Do not let increased battles convince you to surrender now. Greater peace waits on the other side of this difficult season. You have underestimated the impact your life will have on others someday. The compassion born from your pain will become healing for broken people who believe nobody understands their suffering. Your testimony will carry power because it came through real survival, not empty words. Others will listen to your story and realize that even after devastating seasons, restoration remains possible through faith and perseverance. My child, you were never created to remain trapped inside fear forever. Fear kept you silent when you should have spoken confidently. Fear convinced you to settle for less than you deserved emotionally and spiritually. Fear made you question whether your dreams were too impossible to pursue. But I am breaking those chains gradually because your future requires courage greater than the fear holding you back. There is a reason your spirit feels different now compared to previous years. You are no longer willing to tolerate environments that constantly drain your peace. You are beginning to recognize manipulation faster. You are learning how to protect your emotional energy instead of giving endless pieces of yourself to people who never valued your heart properly. This growth is not selfishness, it is wisdom developing through experience. The prophecy is real because your life carries evidence of divine preservation already. Think about all the moments you should have collapsed completely, but somehow survived anyway. Think about every time unexpected help appeared exactly when you needed it most. Think about the strength that continued rising inside you after every painful chapter tried to bury your hope permanently. Those were not coincidences. My presence was guiding you through every storm. Soon you will stop mourning certain closed doors, because new opportunities will reveal why those endings became necessary. I am preparing spaces where your spirit can thrive without constant confusion and emotional exhaustion. The next season of your life will not look exactly like the painful chapters behind you. Healing is coming slowly but surely, and your heart will eventually breathe freely again. My child, never forget that chosen people often feel different because they were never meant to blend comfortably into darkness. You carry light inside your spirit even during difficult seasons. That light threatens negativity, deception, and spiritual emptiness around you. Some people resisted your presence not because you lacked value, but because your spirit exposed truths they wanted hidden. There were seasons when you blamed yourself for everything that went wrong. You replayed painful memories repeatedly, wondering whether you could have loved harder, spoken softer, or sacrificed more to keep certain people in your life. But I need you to release that burden from your heart. Not every broken relationship happened because you failed. Some people were never meant to walk beside you forever because their presence could not grow with the destiny attached to your future. Type 1212 to claim miracles. The prophecy is real because your life has always carried signs of divine protection, even during painful seasons. Think about the moments when disaster almost reached you, but somehow passed by unexpectedly. Think about the nights you cried yourself to sleep yet still woke up with enough strength to continue. Think about every hidden blessing that arrived quietly during your darkest moments. Those were reminders that my hand never left your life, even when fear convinced you otherwise. Have you heard about the secret ritual the government does not want people to know? Imagine if just 7 seconds could clear your debts and bring wealth effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 top neuroscience labs confirm this is real. Families who were struggling are now moving into dream homes with peace of mind. But this secret could be taken down at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. My child, your strength was developed through survival, not comfort. Comfortable seasons rarely create deep spiritual endurance. The storms you endured taught you how to keep faith alive when circumstances looked hopeless. The betrayals you survived taught you discernment. The loneliness you carried taught you how to depend on my presence instead of temporary human approval. Every painful chapter shaped wisdom inside you that will guide others someday. There were times when you felt emotionally exhausted because you carried everyone else's burdens while secretly struggling with your own pain. You became the strong one for others, even when your own heart needed comfort. People leaned on your kindness because your spirit carried warmth they could feel. But many failed to ask whether you were okay too. I saw every moment you gave love while silently needing healing yourself. The enemy wanted your compassion to become weakness through exhaustion. Darkness hoped constant disappointment would make your heart grow cold and bitter. But despite everything you experienced, love still lives inside you. You still care deeply. You still want peace instead of revenge. That alone proves the strength of the spirit living within you, because bitterness could not fully take over your soul. My child, stop questioning whether your struggles made you less worthy. Your value never decreased because of hardship. diamonds form under pressure, and your spirit developed strength through battles many people never witnessed. Some only saw your broken moments and assumed weakness, but heaven saw endurance. Heaven saw courage rising every time you stood back up after life knocked you down again. Type Amen to affirm. You have entered a season where spiritual clarity is increasing. Things that once confused you emotionally are beginning to make sense now. You are recognizing patterns that previously went unnoticed. You are learning who genuinely supports your growth and who secretly benefits from your insecurity. This awakening may feel uncomfortable at first because truth often hurts before it heals, but clarity will protect your future from unnecessary pain. My child, there are dreams inside you that fear tried to bury completely. Somewhere along the journey, disappointment convinced you to stop expecting beautiful things for yourself. You became so focused on surviving each day that you forgot you were also created to thrive. But I am breathing hope back into the places inside you that almost died through exhaustion. The prophecy attached to your life still lives, even if your confidence became weak temporarily. Do not underestimate the importance of your survival. Many people never realize how close they came to giving up completely until years later, when healing begins. There were moments when darkness whispered that your future held nothing worth fighting for, yet something deep within your spirit refused to surrender entirely. That hidden determination was my strength carrying you through seasons where your own strength became insufficient. You keep asking why you always felt different from the people around you. The answer is simple. Chosen souls often feel separated because their spirits cannot fully settle into environments lacking truth, peace, and purpose. You sensed dishonesty quickly because discernment lived inside you. You noticed emotional emptiness beneath fake appearances because your spirit searched for something deeper. You were never strange for feeling different. Your soul recognized things others ignored. Some people misunderstood your silence and assumed you had nothing valuable to say. They overlooked your wisdom because you were not loud or attention-seeking, but true strength does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes the strongest spirits are the quiet ones, carrying deep understanding gained through suffering and reflection. Your experiences created insight that no classroom could ever teach. My child, your future cannot be destroyed by the pain of your past. I know certain memories still hurt deeply. I know betrayal changed parts of your heart permanently. I know rejection left scars that still affect your confidence sometimes. But healing does not mean pretending those wounds never happened. Healing means learning that your pain no longer controls your identity or your future direction. There are blessings approaching your life that will restore pieces of your spirit you thought were lost forever. Joy will return slowly. Peace will return gradually. Confidence will rise again inside your heart as you begin seeing yourself through my eyes instead of through old wounds. The next chapter unfolding before you carries opportunities for emotional healing alongside spiritual growth. My child, stop shrinking yourself to remain acceptable to people committed to misunderstanding you. You were never created to spend your life constantly proving your worth to those unwilling to appreciate your heart properly. The right people will not require you to betray your spirit just to receive love and respect. Healthy relationships bring peace, honesty, and mutual support instead of confusion and emotional instability. The prophecy is real because the enemy could not stop your growth despite years of attacks against your confidence. You continued evolving spiritually even while feeling emotionally tired. Wisdom continued developing inside you through every painful lesson. Strength continued growing quietly each time you survived another difficult season. Your transformation became unstoppable because My purpose over your life remains stronger than every obstacle standing against you. My child, your sensitivity is not a curse. Your deep emotions are not weaknesses to hide. I created your heart with compassion because your calling involves bringing healing into wounded spaces. The world often praises coldness and emotional distance, but heaven still honors tenderness rooted in truth and wisdom. Your ability to care deeply after everything you endured reveals incredible spiritual strength. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading so quickly everywhere? Recent CIA leaks have revealed a strong brain ritual that triggers an instant flow of wealth. This short technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly transforming lives. From heavy debt to dream vacations, this could be your path to abundance. If you are seeing this, consider yourself lucky because the page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before